Welcome to the Moose Minute Redo. Yes, this is the first time that I've had to do this in the over a year I've been doing it. Is have to restart because of being interrupted by phone calls. But here I am. So again, we'll look back at what I'd said yesterday when the post got deleted and that kind of stuff. But if you are going to post on any, I don't care if you're bashing, whatever you are, if you're posting, take time to think about why you're posting it. Are you trying to help? Are you trying to hurt? Or are you trying to look like you're better than others? Or are you trying to show there's a flaw and you are the one that's bringing the flaw to the surface? See, we are in a world right now where people post faster than what they know is truly going on because they want to be the first. They want to be that first one to post about it. They want to be the first one to bring the highlighted news to the surface. And in actuality, really what happens is then you, most of the times, because you're assuming, and my mom used to have a saying, oh yeah, if you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Yeah, that's what that was. So she had a few sayings along those lines. And those sayings sometimes are inappropriate for the video, so I won't go down the road there. Such as something about worthless and a board, and you'll know. You can fill in the comments from there before. I'm sure your parents use those as well. Just be patient with things sometimes. And especially if you hold any kind of rank with any kind of political system, make sure you know what you're talking about. I try to do some research before I post on this page and do my videos, and it's just frustrating because you're not only getting your little hornet's nest stirred up, because like I said in the previous video, and if you were just tuning in, I covered it and then I had to delete it. And then this morning I started a new one, and because some things going on in my life right now, I was interrupted by a phone call twice. So, needless to say, I had to start over. So, when you post something and you're sitting at your computer, and I'm guilty of it as well, that sometimes you just fire things off without thinking of consequences, repercussions, those that are going to get hurt, and how it's going to make you look. Is how I'm going to look is there's other people involved that I have to think about that are involved in other political realms or whatever. So, but just take time to think about that. Take time as you're punching in the keys of, is this really going to help? And does it have enough facts to help? Or is just putting kindling under the wood at the campfire? And will it start to where I'm going to have to call somebody to put out that fire? There's a lot of people known to be fire starters. And they are a pain in the ass. They really are. Fire starters are a pain because you get a lot more people involved than you have to. And you're getting all these people worked up, and it doesn't take much more, if you've noticed, in this world to get people really wound up and worked up and where they're spitting tacks. Yeah, that's another one. There's some weird sayings. I was going through that last night. There was in my head. There's some really weird sayings. You know, going to hell in a handbasket. Never understood that one either. I mean, we can all go to hell, but to me, a handbasket ain't going to get you there because it's just going to burn up before it even gets close. So, not sure. But that's where it seems this world is headed. Yeah, we're going in a handbasket right now, the way it seems. So, take time to really think about, there's drama. Like, I bowl, as everybody knows. There's always drama at the lanes because people don't want to talk to other people, so they talk to those, and then they talk to the ones that they know are going to put the little pieces out, and then all the little chiclets fall behind. And then we have discussions after that. Either nose to nose, face to face, whatever it may be. See, and it's just not worth it. I guess this year, after turning another year older, I'm learning more and more that a lot of shit's not worth it. Somewhat I'm trying to figure out what my cause is yet and what my purpose is yet. But it is where it is. But it goes along the realms of the political environment we're in right now as well. That we are in the days of people looking for superiority, for power, and it's just not worth it. Okay? We have people that do not give one shit about the lower end and economic environment of where I live. Money has always ran, and those with lots of it have always been able to get around the law, get around things. If you have a lot of money, if there was any of us that were similar to P. Diddy, only not wealthy, or, trying to think of some of Martha Stewart was another one. Those kind of people without money, O.J. Simpson, those kind of people with all kinds of money can fight out their processes. Where if it was any of us accused of that, we'd already been in jail. We'd already be in prison. There would have been no big, huge court case. It would have been over, no matter how much baby oil you bought. So, but the only good thing is being that poor, we never got invited to any of them kind of parties. So, take time to really think about who's the next person that you're going to hurt, or who's going to be the one to take the blunt of it. And be prepared that if you are going to make a long statement or a long post, that there will be repercussions if all you did was start a fire and you had no proof of what you did. See, and you have to have one way to look at it or another, is that this is going to help you, or if you already are looked down upon in society, and then you make this long post, and it's not true, and it's far from truth, you are already going to be double looked down upon. And you are going to make another step backwards. And then you're going to have to answer to other people. So, that's where I'm at today. Just take time to think about people. I thought I did everything right yesterday, but looking back on it, I should have just stayed out of it, but that's not always how my brain works. My brain doesn't allow me to be quiet sometimes but I did speak it politically correct, professionally, and but it was best just to delete it and be done. And then not pay attention to those kind of sites as well. There's a couple people that listen to my stuff that help me out a lot by sending me messages. They are business owners. They are people that somewhat have a whole lot better outlook on things professionally than I do. I look at it from a human standpoint of this is why I just say what I did and it doesn't hurt anybody and it was the truth. But then I have to look back, and again, here's where the problem is. I didn't look back to go, oh, this really could have went one way or another. So I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at, my son is involved in a lot of discussions because of his position, so I get talked to a lot. And for me to bite my lip and not speak my mind on certain events takes a lot. But when you're going to post things, please take your time and be prepared for the fallout that may happen after. So that's where I'm at today. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to talk about some sales shit that is going on that bugs the piss out of me. And I will talk about that tomorrow. Because I feel that everybody can use some sales training. I did it for 20 plus years. I'm still doing it today. Just not to the extent that I used to. I still have all the tools to do it if I wanted to, but I think whether you're a business owner, in fixing solar panels to fixing broken septic tanks, whatever it may be, sales training can always come because you're always trying to sell something. So I think that's what I'll cover tomorrow on the Moose Minute Project. But thanks for tuning in today on a Wednesday morning. It is cloudy, rain expected, and we'll go from there. Excuse me. And as always, take time to bless somebody's day today. And thank you for tuning in. And I will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of the Moose Minute Project.